We have to talk about this because Nigerians are already talking about this. Former CAN leader has written to the United Nations, written to America, written to EU that our democracy is at risk. Certainly, those people are not going to bring their boots on the ground to make demand. They can only go on the way of sanction and all those. If they go on national sanctions and things like that, it's going to affect us as a nation, not even the individual. Aside maybe issues of travels, since they love traveling abroad or things like that. But is that the way to go, or we should on our own stand on our footing against these people?
You see, the very reverend gentleman Oga, who had held the position of the president of the Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, made it very clear. His call was on both sides. He had called upon the international community to save the Nigerian democracy. He has also equally called on organizations within Nigeria and the Nigerian people to take a decisive action, to ensure that, look, this is not done, that they should work assiduously to ensure that this law must pass, and they should not allow the Senate to do what they intend to do. And they have also called out the National Assembly, the Senate, the Senate, and to say, look, we don't destroy this democracy that we are not showing. Please. So what the man had done is on both sides. He had called the international community. He had personally petitioned the United States of America government. He has petitioned the United Nations. He has petitioned the EU. On the locals, he has called upon the Nigerian Labour Congress, the TUC, NAS, and all that responsible, and all the CSO to come out and stand on their right to protect the Nigerian democracy. I think the man has taken the right. This is what we expect of men of God, not men of God who will preach, a message of, prosperity only when the people are dying.
I don't really message of prosperity or message of extortion. If it is message of prosperity, would have been good. A lot of them are, but let's put that aside. This is a man of God. If you notice, Trump came in to Nigeria in defense of Christians per se. I mean, democracy involves all Nigerians. All Nigerians. I think that is even worth more defending. We choose democracy as our style of governance. Nobody imposed it on us. Why are we finding it difficult? And why will a whole National Assembly, in this case the Senate, especially the leadership, because a lot of the senators didn't vote for that, especially the leadership of the Senate, why would they carry out a coup against the wish of the people? The other day we flew aircraft to Benin Republic to stop a coup. Right here we are doing it. A coup against the wish of the people. Why are we leaving these people to set us backward? The fire they are trying to ignite, it will consume everybody. There's no need playing with this anymore.
No, I'm quite happy that this man has led from the front. What I pray now is a bandwagon movement, in the sense that everybody should jump on this. This fight is not just left for Nigerians that are in Nigeria. We have Nigerians in Canada, we have Nigerians in the UK. They should write petitions and take it to those countries, because for how long will we continue this called democracy? No, somebody has said it here. What we have here is civil rule. See, a responsible Senate should have found that what called the last glitch is irresponsible. As of today, Nigerians are not told what called the last glitch. Now you are passing another electoral law that does not make it mandatory. So now, if you are careful, Senate President came out yesterday to say the Nigerians misunderstood him, that he and his fellow senators, they are in consonant with electronic transmission of results. That's what they're trying to say. But what Nigerians are asking for is make it mandatory
and real time. And see, making it real time or eliminates all the opportunities for glitches or whatever, or collation or manual manufacturing, manual miracles of collation. There's a way Nigerian votes grow from polling unit to collation center. 50 votes on this side would have swapped. You need to see the result sheet that came out for River State the last time, the presidential election. Some other, it appears it was spit they used in cleaning. It was so shameful, you can't behold that result shit. Nigerians are saying, we don't want this nonsense. The whole world are mocking us. And this is making us have idiots, leaders. Those who are actually not qualified ad initio are leading us, and they are trying to impose this thing on us simply because you and I are so scared to demand for what is right. Look at what this man said. He said he called Godswill Akpabio out. He said, you are creating problem for INEC and police officers. Your wrong decision is putting our police officers at risk. The decision, unpatriotic decision you people are making, tomorrow the people will come out on the street. You endanger the police. If this end up, maybe people say, oh, after a while in typical Nigeria, let's calm down. You will now put INEC and their staff at risk. A polling unit INEC officer is at risk. Even at the collection center, they are at risk. Why are we doing that instead of just read time? Why do we allow these few people simply because they want to remain on seat unqualified? Because the reason they were elected to serve the people is to ensure that the public good is delivered to the people, and they're not interested in that, and they want to perpetuate themselves. Why are we allowing it? Will Nigeria allow this to fly this time?
You see, Nigerians are not sitting back at all. Yesterday, it was the opposition political party, the PDP, the NNPP, and the ADC that addressed a press and signed a joint press statement rejecting the action of the National Assembly, and especially that of the Senate. Today, a man of God, a respected man of God, a former president of PFN, has come out to say, look, enough is enough. You are derailing Nigerian democracy by this your act, and we will not allow it to stand. Then what do you supposed to mean by that? You see, what makes a democracy a democracy? It's only when the process is free and fair. And the only thing that will make the process to be free and fair, you are saying that you are not allowing it for whatever reason that you are giving, the Nigerian people will not accept it. And it's a very good thing that it's coming from the mouth of a Christian, because when Donald Trump said Christians are being, lives are being threatened, and the existential is in doubt, and that the Christian genocide is on the rampage in Nigeria, people came out to question it, because Christians before now, they are always sitting back, especially men of God. But thank God for Oga. Oga said, no, enough is enough. I am a man of God. I should speak the truth.
All right. You just mentioned Trump. Trump came in defense of Christian as it is. But take note that we have always said one thing. The reason why we have insecurity in the first place is because of bad governance.
Yes.
And the only way to remove bad governance is to elect good governors. Now, these governors, in quotes, using governors for all the political positions, are trying to remain bad. The only opportunity we have to change them, which is not a rocket science, go to India, where you have over 600 and something million voters, and they got their result in 24 hours. What is it that Nigerians lack, that few leaders that we can just even cover ensure that they don't leave National Assembly until they change that thing? What is happening? This is not a matter of obedience or Atiku followers or PDP followers. Even APC followers should join this fight, because these people are trying to burn this nation down. Bad governance. The only way we have in democracy is to elect new leaders. If we can endure them without impeachment, or calling back is almost impossible for legislators, because the procedures are really, really hectic. Impeachment, seems difficult. Then this election is the one that the people have the right, and you are trying to deny us. Must Nigerians allow this their award of the most docile country to prevail in this case?
It's plain that it's obviously true that Nigerians are tired of this nonsense. But why do I say that? I said this because last time INEC told us, they made us believe they're going to transmit these elections. Nigerians believe them. Now we'll become wiser, that we don't take them by their words. We want to see the documents. We want to see it written in black and white. We want to see a sign that it is compulsory that this election will be transmitted real time. Why do I say this? Look at these people in power. If they truly believe that they came into the mandate of the people, why would they be afraid to pass this into law? If they're certain their communities, their senatorial zones, they voted them in, why would they send into law? If they're certain that they have their mandate of the people, a man that is certain that these people are with you, you are bold. They should have signed this to law. And I want to remind them something. They say power is transient. Now they think they're enjoying it. PDP was there for how many years? PDP is gone. APC, I think we'll be there forever. No. Yesterday, Malami was head of affairs. Where's Malami today?
Is the job.
So they should be mindful of what they're doing. Nigerians cannot take it anymore. If it was Nigeria of 3 years ago, we would have blamed them and be those like Nigerians are speaking that. And if they're not careful, this thing will snowball and become something they could not control. It is easier for them to control it now by doing what Nigerians want. It is easier to control it now.
You begin to wonder what gives these people the effrontery to do this nonsense. Just a while ago, we were dealing with forged tax law, whether it was forged or not forged, whether it was a tax law that was passed by National Assembly, was the one gazetted. Everybody's trying to keep quiet. No do. The tax is just working. We don't know which one we have. What gives these people this effrontery, this unlimited audacity to push this nonsense on the people? Because doing this, like Peter said, is an evidence that they are aware that they are actually not elected by their people, or even though they were elected by their people in the first instance, they know that they have now failed and their people will no longer elect them. And as a result of that, they are doing this. Where did they derive this courage from? Is it that ignorant is bliss? Are they really ignorant or stupid? Where do they get this kind of courage from? Or they are so sure Nigerians are docile, they will not react. We will endanger the life of the police officers. We will tell them to go front and quench the riot or whatever, or even peaceful protest. When the protest is peaceful, we will tell them to go and throw tear gas so that it become chaotic. Where do they get this effrontery? What is giving them courage to do this nonsense on their fellow citizens?
You see, there's this adage that says that those the gods we kill, they will first make mad. And Nigerians are becoming wiser. They did it with the tax reform law. And the National Assembly were taken aback. That's why you saw what happened yesterday. The minority caucus of the Senate and all that. I saw Irite, I saw Senator Natasha Akpotu, I saw Abiribe, and the entire, the caucus of this minority of the Senate. I saw Tabua saying that, look, what we pass is real-time transmission. What we don't know what the leadership of the Senate is saying. That's not what we pass. You see, they thought Nigeria, what give them the effrontery? Because they did it with the tax reform and they were successful. The people are wiser, even those few that are in the Senate, they might not be saying.
No, let me do attention. Do you think they are successful with that tax reform? Peter just told us that the power is transient. Let me tell you, we are not accusing Malami, but Malami's house was in order until another government come. Anybody that participated in that tax law, if it is forged, you cannot remove it. Exactly. The subsequent government are going to prove whatever happened there. So they have not succeeded.
Because they said, because they were able to pass through the back door, sneak it and snipe it, and they are trying to force it on Nigeria. So the senators are now, their eyes are now wide open, just like every other Nigerian.
All right, so
that's why they challenging.
We just hope your eyes are open. This man that did the petition said something. He wrote to Tinubu, said, President Tinubu must understand that the greatest hero of Nigeria will not be the one who ruled the country, but the one who gave Nigeria a free and fair electoral process. I commend all the senators who stood up for the electronic transmission, especially those who came out publicly to express their support for the will of Nigerians. He called on all the National Assembly members not to allow anyone to use them against the will of the